Coping with COVID is brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Visit scdhec.gov for an updated list of testing sites and important information on how to protect yourself, your family, and friends from the coronavirus. SCDHEC, healthy people, healthy communities. Also, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Log on to columbiasc.net/OBO. Agape Counseling and Training Center. Call 803-779-2777 for licensed professionals of counselors and social workers helping families, engaged and married couples, and individuals of all ages gain an understanding of all aspects of their life. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, contact Agape Counseling and Training Center at agapects.com. And Columbia Housing Authority. The agency is looking for stories from former residents of Allen Benedict Court to retain some of the property's rich history. In its 80-year life, Allen Benedict Court has been home to some of the country's elite, including a Grammy Award-winning performer, corporate executives, national television celebrities, a host of doctors, lawyers, and NBA greats. So share your pictures, mementos, and memories at chasc.org. Coping with COVID, brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Columbia Housing Authority, Agape Counseling and Training Center, and Palmetto Media Connection.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
Fight the spread and take a stand against coronavirus. Wear a mask in public. Stay at least 6 feet apart from others. And get tested. Join us and fight the spread. Visit scdhec.gov/COVID-19.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Tre Tailor, and you're watching Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. As you heard, it's brought to you by SCDHEC. In it together, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Palmetto Media Connections, and Agape Counseling and Training Center. Listen, if you're having some challenges coping with COVID, please contact the folks at Agape Counseling and Training Center. Well, it's Fun Day Monday, and legendary comedian George Wallace is going to join us with his take on what's happening in politics and in the world today. And we're also going to talk to one of my favorite comedians when I lived in Charlotte. Comedian Nick Lewis is going to join us later on today, and he's going to tell us about an exciting new project that he's got coming up. All of that and more next on Coping with COVID. But first, your COVID community updates. Another South Carolina teacher has died due to COVID. Norwood Elementary School teacher Julie Davis passed away yesterday. The Stanley County District says the third grade teacher started feeling ill on September 29th and began to self-quarantine. Her students are now in remote learning until October 9th. Meanwhile, dhec reports there have been over 600 new cases of the virus and 12 additional deaths in South Carolina as of yesterday. The White House press secretary has now tested positive for the coronavirus. Kayleigh McEnary says she does not have any symptoms, but will begin quarantining. Now, she is the 10th person in the president's circle that has tested positive in the last few days. In-person voting begins in South Carolina today. That means you don't have to wait until Election Day to cast your ballot. Any registered voter can go to 2020 Hampton Street, or in Richland County, there are 6 additional satellite offices open to make it more convenient for voters to early/absentee vote. Now, you can vote early until November 2nd. That's the day before Election Day, Monday through Friday from 8:30 until 5 o'clock. Saturday locations are open according to election officials. Today is also the last day to register to vote. You can do that in person or by mail, but it must be postmarked by today. Go to scvotes.gov for more information. A work-from-home job fair is being held tomorrow. Positions are open in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia for customer service, insurance, and IT positions. You must register, so follow the link for more information. scdhec.gov is the website for information, the most up-to-date information about COVID testings in and around South Carolina. Again, visit scdhec.gov and check the bottom of the screen for more information on COVID tests in Aiken, Allendale, Sumter, Columbia, and Florence. The info is also there at the bottom of the screen for organizing a COVID screening at your event or in your neighborhood. Also, if you need someone to come into your home, Richland and Clarendon County paramedics are doing in-home COVID testing for those who are immobile or unable to get to a COVID test. Also, SC, if you want to win some great prizes from the City of Columbia, log on to maskupcolumbiasc.com. Take a picture of yourself and post it on maskupcolumbiasc.com in your favorite mask. Get your family and friends to like, and you can win some great prizes. It's maskupcolumbiasc.com. If you're having some challenges paying your mortgage or your rent, the SC Bar Association and SC Legal have collaborated for a toll-free number and website for rental and mortgage help. And the City of Columbia has a 6-month payment plan for anyone that's behind on their water bill. They also have up to 75% payment assistance. Please contact the City of Columbia Water Bill for more information. And the final day to register for free courses and certifications from SC Department of Employment and Workforce is October 31st. Now, you can choose from several courses, including business, technology, health, data science, arts, and humanities. Courses are offered in English and Spanish. And a couple of job announcements. The Richland County Democratic Party is actually hiring canvassers to leave info at voters' homes. The pay is $15 per hour, which includes training. You must be at least 18 years old, computer literate, and own a smartphone. Email executive director at richlandscdems.com. And it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. If someone you know, or if you need some help, some assistance, or just someone to talk to, please contact the Domestic Violence Awareness Hotline. The information is at the screen. I'm Tre Tailor, and Coping with COVID is streaming live on the Tailor Made Productions page. Can you go over there? It's on Facebook, and like and share so that you can watch Coping with COVID Monday through Saturday at 2 p.m. You can also get all of your COVID-related updates. We're also streaming live on the our YouTube page. That's right. Would you go over to the Tailor Made Productions YouTube page and hit subscribe? And we would love for you to do that. I'm Tre Tailor, and it's Fun Day Monday, and legendary comedian George Wallace joins us today. Hello there, sir.
And good evening, good afternoon. How are you? It's 2 o'clock on the East Coast, 2:05, 2:10, something like that. But I'm here with you. I apologize for being a little late, but I'm in, okay?
You are fine. You're fine. I'm just glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, I was watching you doing your little news reports and giving out jobs at $15 an hour. That's good, huh? That's nice to help people vote. That's very nice.
Absolutely, yeah. The South Carolina Democratic Party is hiring canvassers to, put information on people's doors, The
South Carolina Democratic Party. Oh, my. That takes me back to Jamie. Is he doing a wonderful job or what? That commercial is so beautiful. That debate was awesome, wasn't it?
That was a great debate. And I know that you are very interested in South Carolina politics. I wanted to bring up this tweet that you wanted to talk about. Tell us about this. Was this one of the highlights from the debate for you, George?
Well, of course, with the Lindsey Graham saying the Democrats are nuts. The first thing you want to do, bring the parties together, is stop calling people nuts.
Right.
Okay? We're not nuts. We're smart people, and we're good people too. Don't call us nuts. Plus, a man like Lindsey Graham, he's fruits and nuts. He's the whole department, the whole thing. He's gone, man. He's lost it. He says one thing about Trump this year, and then next year he says he's a kook. He's out of his mind. So make up your mind what you want to be.
Yeah.
He's crazy. But Jamie got him. Jamie got everything he said negative about Trump, and Trump saying negative things about him. I don't know whether I sent that to you or not, but
let me play that. That's the video that you sent. Let me play this video for folks to check out. Hold on, let me get this video.
Take your time. I'm here with you. Okay.
I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are.
All right,
I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you like this guy.
Whatever he does, he accuses everyone else of doing. The man cannot tell the truth, but he combines it with being a narcissist. A narcissist at a level I don't think this country's ever seen.
And my concern is that he would grab up that power and really treat the country as sort of his little bully fiefdom.
Donald Trump is everything I taught my children not to do in kindergarten.
He's been exploiting working Americans for 40 years.
He's a race-baited, xenophobic, religious bigot.
He says he's for the little guy, but he's actually built a lot of his businesses on the backs of the little guy.
You know, Donald Trump the other day said that, it, quote, if he tells a soldier to commit a war crime, the soldier will just go do it.
And I don't think Donald Trump has even read the Constitution, knows what's in the Constitution.
A toxic mix of demagoguery and mean-spiritedness and nonsense.
I just cannot support Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is a delusional narcissist and an orange-faced windbag.
Donald Trump is a con artist.
He doesn't know the difference between truth and lies. He lies practically every word that comes out of his mouth.
I think he's a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office.
They all knew then, and they all know now. How about that?
Yeah, well, everybody knows, but everybody's flipped their opinions, obviously.
Isn't that amazing how they could, how could you just lie? And he called Ted Cruz's wife ugly and talked about his daddy was a murderer. And now they're backing him. I just don't understand where these people are coming from or where they're going. It's terrible. Yeah. And I just think sometimes if they just keep doing, you just cannot follow, especially the evangelicals. How could you a liar like this? This guy just lies. 20,000 lies? Oh my God. And then I'm not sure about this hospitalization thing. I think this might be a hoax.
You do. You think it's a hoax. You do.
Well, he's getting out amongst the people. Is that stupid or what? You got Secret Service men putting their life in danger. I don't know how he's getting away with this stuff. It's really not good for America.
Yeah. Want to say hi to everybody joining us on Coping with COVID. Mitchell Peace, hey, Cortland Thomas, thank you. And Mitchell Peace Joy Jen wants to know how she can get a copy of that clip. George, where'd you get that clip from?
Well, you can send it to her. You can just forward it to her. Yeah.
All right, Mitchell, I will send you a copy of that clip. I do have her email address. I'll send you a copy of that clip. And did you find that on online somewhere?
I get everything everywhere. I think that's from the Lincoln Project.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with the Lincoln Project.
They're really good at everything they do. These are the Republicans that are against Trump. So how about that? And these are, you saw all of those people. Those are top-notch people, all of them in the party.
Oh, and many of them, like you said before, it was kind of before and after. You know how you can say everybody was so against him. I mean, you know, just saying, really saying what was true about him.
They were telling the truth.
Yeah, and now they have drank the orange Kool-Aid, I guess you could say.
Oh yeah, orange Kool-Aid. That's it. Not many people, have you ever noticed? Not too many people bought the orange Kool-Aid. You always bought the grape and the red.
The red and the purple, the grape and the red.
Not too many people did that orange, and he did. So it's we're in America, we're living in America, and we hope things turn out okay. And when he first got sick, I kind of felt sorry for him, but he's back out there talking trash. So now I want to talk trash. I think they should go hard again on him. You know?
Yeah. Well, you know what, George, you mentioned that you think this illness is a hoax. So do you think that maybe he's just trying to get sympathy from people?
He'll do anything to get in office. Are you kidding? What did he do with HBCU? I mean, we need the money and we're going to take the money, but he's never done anything. But how about the people in Puerto Rico giving them millions of dollars? Before he was tossing paper towels at them. He'll do anything and say anything. He just said in a commercial yesterday, said, he'll get 10 million jobs in 10 months in his next term. Well, you're already in office. Do it now.
Right. Right. What you waiting for?
What you waiting for? Go ahead and prove it now. He'll say anything. He'll do anything to get in office. As I said before, he sees the writing on the wall and he's looking for all kinds of sympathy. It's like Lindsey Graham there in South Carolina with his sad face. They beat me in money. Y'all, please help me, please. Woe is me. Help me if you can. I know I look crazy sitting there with my mask.
No, you're fine. I've heard you said you can't trust yourself, so you just never know who might have it. So you just just be careful.
Exactly.
Be careful.
So we're in a stage of America. We are at a state of being we've never been before, and quite frankly, most of us don't know what to do. We're confused. We are concerned, and we want to, first of all, we want to get rid of this COVID and whatever it is we have to do. I heard this week in Florida, there's a comedy club in Florida, the Improv, sold out, 500 people.
Really? Now, how many people can they hold? Did they have any social distancing?
No social distancing. That's Florida's fully open. Everything is back to normal. The governor did it. These Republicans, as I said to you before, there's something wrong with the people in the South. That includes me too. But I don't do stupid stuff. But can you imagine being in a comedy club with 500 people? Can you imagine being a comedian? I love these comedians. Thank y'all. I love y'all for going out there. Something good's going to happen to you, whether you like it or not. Keep the people laughing. But I would not put myself in harm's way when you are on stage on a microphone where somebody else used and or not, but you're in front of people. And when people laugh.
Right. They're spitting out COVID. Yeah.
It's amazing. And somebody in that room is going to have it.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I would be interested in finding out, and we'll hear about it on the news in the next couple of days. Somebody's going to say, somebody's, plural.
Somebody's, yes.
Yeah, that they have contracted COVID.
I bet you money in 2 months, just before the elections, you're going to see like COVID just everywhere in Florida. Because I just think we got to take our time and play this game right. We do know if you wear the mask, that will help.
Absolutely.
And sometimes people are saying it's better than the vaccine itself, even if they were to get it.
Well,
so
and then
I say wear the mask.
Yeah, we still have so many people that don't believe in mask wearing. I mean, you know, look, our president didn't. I mean, he's all jumping on it now, but, you know. So let's talk a little bit about this, you know, president's diagnosis. I was not surprised that he had it because, one, I felt like as reckless as he's been not wearing a mask. Yeah, I figured he was going to get it. It's, you know, and now, of course, we see one person after Hope Hicks has it, Christie has it, Kelly Conley has it, and now Hope Hicks has it. His press secretary,
and now his sister,
Kayleigh McEnary. Yes.
Now she has it. That's almost the whole branch there. Krispy Kreme Crispy. What's his name?
Right, Chris Christie. Yeah, Chris Christie.
Yeah, all of these people in one room together, all of these inside events, if they don't believe it's happening, you know what? They had a friend named Herman Cain, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Inside. And Trump wants to blame other people for what's going on. He's stupid. He's just flat out stupid. And that debate, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That, you know what? That was just, to me, it was just such a show of immaturity. But here's the thing. Are we surprised? I mean, he is, you know what? Listen, if he's nothing else, he's consistent. If he's nothing else, he is consistent. You know, poor Chris Wallace, you know,
did you think people said it was Chris Wallace's fault? I said, Chris Wallace, it didn't matter who it was.
I agree. It didn't matter. I don't think it was Chris Wallace's fault. He kept trying. He said, Mr. President, sir, he tried. But Trump is going to do what he wants to do when he wants to do it. That's how he's always been. That's how he is now. I believe that's how he's always going to be. I don't know that anybody could have stopped him. The only thing that would have stopped him is if they had muted his mic.
Exactly. And Chris Wallace did not have that at the time. And I think Trump came in already knowing he's going to disobey the rules. He's going to disobey. He's not going to respect Joe Biden. He's not going to respect Chris Wallace. He's just going to talk. And as you notice, most of those people on that side, if you ask them a question, they'll just keep talking and ranting and ranting and ranting. Well, hold it, wait a minute. Can you finish? They'll just keep going on and on and on and on, trying to explain what the situation was and not avoid answering the real question. So Trump when he came out there, it's just like, this guy is. What we need to do is get Sam Jackson in there. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, I saw some memes about that.
I told you Waka Flocka not to talk. When I tell you to talk, and don't talk. All you Waka Flockers in there.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of memes about Sam Johnson. Now, of course, now they're saying that they are trying to change the rules of the debate. But, you know, Trump's camp is saying, no, we agreed that it was going to be this way. You know, you can't change horses in the middle of the stream, so to speak. So You know, it's going to be very interesting to even see if there'll be another debate at this point with his health being what it is. But, you know, I read some reports today that say he is upset about how the media is covering his illness. Now, of course, like I said, you say you don't even think he's ill. I think he is, though, George.
I think he is, but I think it could be a trick. I'm saying there could be a trick in there involved because
it's some kind of trickiness in it.
How could you get in a car and go out and amongst the people when you know you got a disease like that?
But here's the thing. I read that, and again, I just read this the other day. Chris Wallace is saying Trump nor his camp got tested because, you know, before the debate, everyone had to get tested as they were coming in.
But his camp got there late.
Because they got there late, exactly.
And they walked right in.
So
they sat down and took the mask off.
So theoretically, he could have been sick. All of them could have been sick then.
Well, they're saying that he knew Wednesday he was sick.
Exactly, which is the other point I was going to make, that he knew old girl had tested positive, Hope Hicks had tested positive, but he went on and went to his campaign event. She stayed back. He went on. So that brings me to the point that you make about how could he go out in a car, because he doesn't care. If he did that, if he knew Wednesday and went on to the campaign event maskless, potentially exposing everyone, why wouldn't he get in a car and drive around for the supporters? He wants the accolades. You know, he saw all of those people that were, congregate. He loves it. He loves it. So he loves it, and with total disregard of anyone.
Total disregard.
Yeah. So yeah, do I think he would do it? Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something else. And I be thinking Hope Hicks might have got it from him.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. That's a possibility.
Like we've been thinking every time you see him, you go, there's something wrong with this guy. And he having it Wednesday, she could have gotten it from, and all of the people in and out of the White House, just everybody. It's amazing how many people have contracted the disease.
Oh, it is. It is. And I just believe, listen, I don't know what's going to happen next because, shoot, I couldn't have predicted any of this, but I do see his empire crumbling. I see it crumbling right before our eyes.
No, he's very smart. He said to
I think he's shrewd. I think he's shrewd. I don't know that he's smart, but I think he's shrewd.
Very smart. He's very smart. He said to Joe Biden, don't you ever mention the word smart to me again. Joe Biden should have said, I really shouldn't, because you are smart. You really are smart. You got somebody to take your SAT test. You got to be smart to do that. You know, you bankrupt 4 casinos. You got to be smart to know how to do that. And you said something about you brought back the NFL, the football. Aren't you the one that screwed up the USFL? Yeah. Then you have some state. Are you the only one that, you must be smart. You probably the only one that graduated from Trump University, aren't you? I would do a number on his ass. I would do a number on his ass, telling him how smart he is. And you know you're not smart, man. You just cheated the government out of money that pays the military, that pays food for a senior citizen, roads, bridges, and infrastructure for the country. And you come out billionaire, you say you're one of the richest men in the world, and you paid $750 last year. And you got the same exact amount this year. $750. $750 and $750. Something doesn't add up. But you're smart. You know how to add it up, don't you? How did you get to $750?
Yeah,
and then pay the tax 10 years in a row.
Right.
We do something. See, you can look at that. Look at that right there.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah,
Biden 2020, Trump 10-20. How about that? Lock his ass up. Lock him up. I want to see him go to jail. I want to see him because
I don't think that's going to happen.
In New York. Definitely tax evasion in New York State.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go.
You do think he's going to go?
I think he's going to go.
You know, you were talking about funny signs. You know what? I mean, I don't have a copy of this sign, but there was some for sale signs that were seen during the debate, for sale, Lindsey Graham, for sale.
Did you see one that says, I saw a sign, a yard sign that says, I'm a Republican, but I ain't no fool. I thought that was cool. I'm a Republican, but I'm no fool, Biden.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, George, it's Fun Day Monday. George Wallace is with us. George, I want to introduce you to one of my favorite comedians from Charlotte.
Let's do that. From another comedian. I love comedians.
Yes.
And he's got on glasses. That means he reads.
We can't hear.
Nick, we can't hear you.
You're on mute, Nick. Yeah.
Okay. There we go. There you
go. Good morning, man. Good evening.
That's why I put the glasses on so I can see that mute button.
Yeah.
So, George, Nick, I met Nick when I lived in Charlotte years ago, but he's really no novice to the business. He's been on BET Comic View, HBO Def Comedy Jam, Bad Boys of Comedy. He's toured internationally. I'm going to play a little clip of Nick, but I tell you who he reminds me of, and I've always said this. I don't even know if I've even said this to you, Nick. He reminds me of a toss between Robin Lewis and Bernie Mac.
You mean Robin Harris?
Harris, thank you.
Harris.
Yeah, Harris.
Well,
yeah,
who the hell is Robin Lewis?
How you doing, Mr. George Wallace? How you doing, Mr. George Wallace? Great being on here with you. And Tre Tailor, I've always been a fan of yours.
We're going to watch this clip of you and see what you talk about.
Yes.
It's funny already.
Yes, it's so funny. And let's let everybody know it's some 4-letter words in there.
Oh, wow.
We done had hurricanes named after white people for almost 60 years. First hurricane we get named after black person was Katrina. Look what this bitch do. She tapped every goddamn thing. You cannot listen to black people. I remember when the shit happened. I called people in New Orleans. I said, look here, y'all better get the fuck up out of here. Katrina's coming. She's low down. She's dirty. She's hate this shit. She's going to be destructive, leave you with nothing. They're like, how you know? Are you a meteorologist? I said, no, I was married to a bitch named Katrina. That's how the fuck I know. And if you're going to have a black hurricane, give it a real black name, like Leroy Johnson. Yes. That shit will scare the fuck out of you, Leroy Johnson.
Yeah.
Leroy Johnson coming. Leroy Johnson, y'all will get the fuck up out of Columbia tomorrow. Did you hear Leroy Johnson is coming?
Oh, wow.
Shaniqua is coming.
I mean,
it's coming.
Shaniqua, yeah.
Wow.
They'll make that shit racist. They'll be like on the news, like, this is Bob with Channel 6 News. We're going to go live to the field and talk to Chuck to see what damage have Leroy Johnson have done. Chuck, can you talk to us? Yes, Bob, it's the strangest shit. It's Friday night, 12:15. The motherfucker should have been here Tuesday morning. We have seen no part of Leroy Johnson. Everybody have a hurricane. Hurricane be named after Mexicans. Hurricane Julio Iglesias. They be like, what damage have a Hurricane Julio Iglesias have done? Well, Bob is the strangest shit. He really haven't done a lot of damage, but everybody yard is clean as a motherfucker. In fact, he wasn't even supposed to hit America. He was supposed to hit Mexico. He has sneaked in the country, and we have no idea how the fuck he got here and how the fuck to get him out. I know it's racist, but the shit's funny. Hurricane named after Asian American. Hurricane Wong Hong Fong. And that's how you have to say the shit, Hurricane Wong Hong Fong. And can you tell us what Hurricane Wong Hong Fong have done? Bob, fuck the hurricane. I'm at my house looking for my dog and cats.
Yeah, wow. That is comedian Nick. Yeah, that was a long time.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Thank you.
Yeah, so he reminds you between Robin Harris and Bernie Mac, huh?
Yes.
Just because he's black.
No, you know what it is? The cadence of his voice. It's the cadence of his voice to me. Yeah. Yeah.
Very funny. Very funny. Very funny.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Especially with the Asian name. I haven't heard the Asian name before. Come along with duck sauce and all kinds of things. Sauce, duck sauce. Don't screw up this place. Yes. That's amazing.
Yeah. So this is Nick Lewis, and he's got some great projects coming up. We're going to take a quick break and then talk to Nick and George again. But we want to catch up with Nick Lewis and find out about this great project. He's got a network coming up that he is developing. So I'm looking forward to talking to Nick Lewis about that. That's coming up next on Coping with COVID. I'm Tre Tailor. We'll be right back.
Coping with COVID is brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Visit scdhec.gov for an updated list of testing sites and important information on how to protect yourself, your family, and friends from the coronavirus. SCDHEC, healthy people, healthy communities. Also, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Log on to columbiasc.net/OBO. Agape Counseling and Training Center. Call 803-779-2777 for licensed professionals of counselors and social workers helping families, engaged and married couples, and individuals of all ages gain an understanding of all aspects of their life. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, contact Agape Counseling and Training Center at agapects.com. And Columbia Housing Authority. The agency is looking for stories from former residents of Allen Benedict Court to retain some of the property's rich history. In its 80-year life, Allen Benedict Court has been home to some of the country's elite, including a Grammy Award-winning performer, corporate executives, national television celebrities, a host of doctors, lawyers, and NBA greats. So share your pictures, mementos, and memories at CHCares at CHASC.org. Coping with COVID, brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Columbia Housing Authority, Agape Counseling and Training Center, and Palmetto Media Connection.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
You're watching Coping with COVID. I'm Tre Tailor. Legendary comedian George Wallace joins us on Fun Day Monday, and we're joined by one of my favorite comedians from Charlotte, North Carolina, Nick Lewis. Thank you again so much for joining us today.
Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely.
In fact, I'm in Durham, North Carolina. This is one. I got twin daughters. And you don't say two twins. You got twin daughters. And one of them is pre-law, and one of them is in pre-med. And I'm at the pre-law twin apartment. I had to come up here. She buying a car today.
So daddy had to come up.
They live on the third floor. I guess that's so that dad would.
With the checkbook.
That's what it is. And she's a daddy's girl. And they can hear me. They're about to put me out of here. I don't care. And they live on the third floor. I think it's to keep me and their mama from coming up here. I ain't come up these many steps again.
That's nice that you have the girls in college, one in law and one in medicine. That's really nice. And Durham. And what's home of Durham? Is that Duke?
Yes.
North Carolina Central. No, the thing is, together they had 48 scholarships together, but both of them chose to go to HBCUs, North Carolina Central and Winston-Salem State. They passed on everything.
48 acceptance letters. I got one. I got one letter. It was a University of Phoenix. I got the University. You know what's? Hey Nick, you know what's good about the University of Phoenix? There's one on every exit, so you can't be late. You just pull over on something. Oh, police said, where you going? Going to class right here. I got to get to class. University of Phoenix, you know.
But yeah,
I got one, and I had to argue with them to let me to come in the university. Alabama, they offered me. It was the black college. They got there. That lady in human resource office. They don't like it. I said, look, man, if I go home, my mama might die. Y'all gotta let me in here.
They saw you coming. They go, he looked, and we don't know who he is, but he looked like he's right in between Robin Harris and Bernie Mac.
That Robin Mac and Bernie Harris.
Yeah, Bernie Harris. He ain't getting none of our money. Not today. Not today. He ain't going to go to class. He ain't going to, all he's going to do is talk in class. They knew that right off the bat. All he's going to do. And that's in college. You know, you don't talk in class in college.
Right.
So,
no, the thing that they want you to talk. I was an art major, you know, fine art, drawing, and all that stuff, man. So I was great at that, man. But college was weird, man. In fact, I got kicked out of college. I was going to ride it out for about 20 years. I just really wouldn't leave it.
Hey, did you go to school? I was in school 7 years.
What?
7 years. I was in school 7. I have 3 degrees now. Don't stop laughing, Trey.
3 degrees.
But that's very interesting.
We want the 3 degrees. We want the 3 degrees.
3 degrees.
There you go. So we did marketing, advertising, we did transportation, and we did radio and television broadcasting.
That's great.
But I love what I do. I always knew I wanted to be a comedian since 6 years old. So I knew what I was going to do, but I was just getting something to fall back on, just to fall back.
Right.
That's what I tried to get to LeBron James. I said, you need to go to school so you can have something to fall back on. I tried to get him into the University of Phoenix, something that he could fall back on. But interesting, you were in the art school. Those are very smart people in art school.
Right.
My nieces and nephews go to SCAD here in Atlanta.
Yeah, South Carolina College of Art Design.
Interesting people. They're very thoughtful and creative people. So
yes,
that's where your head is. And I don't know how you got into comedy. You said, I ain't drawing no more shit. All this shit. This is funny. This is funny.
I said, what do I? Somebody said, why you got into comedy? I said, because I was funny. If I wasn't funny, I would have been still in advertising. That's why I got in, and I said, I was funny. I'm like, look, I got the rest of my life to go and sit in these offices. I said, I don't want to live with no regrets. So, hey, let me just roll the dice on it. And I
You did the right thing.
Do it right then, yeah. $75 my first show for 15 minutes. I said, I'm going to be rich in a year.
And you like me, you had saved up $400 your first year, right? You doing real good.
I was rich before my daughters was born. I was balling out. Me and the baby mama was rich. We was balling out. We're back going to the Panthers game. My twin daughters was born. I ain't seen money since then.
How about that? That's amazing. That's amazing. But I'm glad you're living your dream, Nick. That's most important.
Yeah.
Living. So many people don't get to live their dreams, you know.
And thank you, sir. That's what a lot of people, when I'm not as huge as you, Mr. George Wallace, but a lot of people say you one of the few kids that had a dream as a kid and you're doing it as an adult. That's not that many people on this planet that's able to say that, and I'm thankful for that. And then every day, it's almost 30 years into this.
30 years. See, he's just like me. What a blessing. And all I do is just lie. I just make up shit. And they pay me. You know what I'm saying? So in order to live your dreams, and you've been doing it for 30 years, you say you're not as high as I. Well, I'm not as high as a lot of people, but I tell you what, I am the most successful comedian you've ever met. And it's not how much money you make, it's how you enjoy your life while you're living.
Right.
And I'm teaching the young kids. I'm teaching the young kids now, don't worry about being on top of the mountain, being number one. It's okay if you make it there. You just be on your way up the mountain.
Right.
Up the mountain. We got a lot of people on top of the mountain. Now, we know a lot of people been on top of the mountain. There's a lot of luggage comes along with on top of the mountain. A lot of luggage. We know Richard Pryor, drugs, shooting the car, whatever, but caught hell and eventually kicked the bucket because of drugs. And we got name any Prince, drugs, Michael Jackson, gone. Mm-hmm. All these people on top of the mountain, gone. So you just be on your way up the mountain, and then you'll be fine.
And that's why I tell people, I say I didn't have the biggest name to make the biggest money, but I'm still here and I'm relevant.
I'm still here and I'm relevant. And that's what I've been doing it for 44 years. Coming up next year will be 45. Seinfeld is all. We started together, me and Seinfeld. He's already saying 45. I said, that makes us look old. Stick with 44. But yes, I'm glad you're living your dream, man. That it is, and you are honoring your essence. Get out there. And can you believe you get a check for just telling lies, making acting the fool?
I get to fly to where other people go vacation and act a fool on somebody else's dime.
Somebody else dime. That's a blessing.
My baby mama said. That's what my baby mama said. I work all these weeks and then I have to get 2 weeks off and hopefully I can go here and you just pick up the phone and go there and that's why we're not together, because she was dipping in my business. You just be baby mama.
Wow.
It's good. And when you was talking about kids, and one of the things that's my passion, because I wrote a program in the arts. I got a program they call Star Career Attainment Program. I think Trey was going to get to it. And it's an art program that stands for Studio, Theater, Accountability, and Radio. I got people that work for me that have got their doctorate degree in curriculum. And we don't teach what's in front of the camera. We get a student what's behind the camera. Hair, wardrobe, lights, catering, sound, engineer, legal, and let them be all those other jobs. In fact, the program is part of Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system. This is our 5-year with Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system. Good. And the thing is, we don't teach the kids how to be a star, but we give them an opportunity to see, okay, this is what I want. And you're in the business huge, Mr. Wallace. You're in the business huge. But the thing is, I will get people to come and say, my son want to be in the radio. You can't go to a radio station. They want to be in television. You can't go to a television station. So I took 30 years of what I did and wrote it into a program that's a Star Career Attainment Program, where we work with the kids and we bring in the behind-the-scenes things for kids. And the curriculum core is coded into the program. How successful the program is, Charlotte-Mecklenburg School System, one of the 20th largest school districts in America. It's just that high. One of the top 10. My program, they had me to rewrite it from K through 12. So
K through 12.
From K through 12. So the thing is, no student have paid for this program. It's from high school to middle school. We got people that's to direct movies. We're partnering with radio station, television station, because our community don't get a chance to do this. We're partnering with civic group, politician, union groups to bring this program for the last 5 years to all the students. That's what's the passion is that, you know.
That's great, Nick. Yeah, that's great. I remember, you know, a couple of years ago, you had started, you know, texting me that you were doing this, and you know, we were just going back and forth, just congratulating you about this. And it is amazing because you're right. We have to pour into our next generation, and you are utilizing your, you know, your resources, you know, to help some young people.
Right, and in fact, we have, like I said, we have almost 27 people that works with the program. When you got people that got their doctorate degree in curriculum, people that have managed $7 million, and George Wallace, you know, they don't think no comedians can do nothing like this. They don't think we can do this.
Well, that's what they don't think.
Your good friend J. Anthony Brown, he did a plug for the pro.
No, he is not my good friend. I don't like him. He don't like me, and he's not my good friend.
And a lot of times people like, okay, Nick, you in the program? I said, no, I wrote the program. We got from radio station to television station, TV station. We have fashion design. In fact, it has been a huge success that we right now. I ain't gonna give too much information. You don't want to.
It's okay. He get like my daddy now. He get my daddy now. I don't know. I wrote the book. I wrote the damn book. So I know it all. But that's good when you do that. It's like me going to Las Vegas. I went there for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Yes. And the next thing you know, I'm there 10 years. However, I did not work for the hotels. I own my room. I own.
Oh, that's good.
I did all of the marketing. I did all the advertising. Don't do it now if you don't know what you're doing, because you can lose a lot of money. But you know, before I started, like I said, I was vice president of the world's largest outdoor advertising agency in New York City. So when you go to New York City, all the billboards at Times Square, all of the buses, all the advertising, that's what I sold. So when I got to Las Vegas, I knew how to get my business, put your business in the streets. So, but I own the show. Very few. Red Fox owned the show for a while, but I've been there so long. I've done more shows than any African American. Red Fox, Sonny Davis Jr., Lena Horne, all of them, because you do it yourself, you know. And so,
and that's one of the things we like to teach the students. We like to teach the student. The thing is owning the program. You need to own. You need to own.
Exactly.
The thing is, just don't be a hairdresser. Own a hair salon. Just don't do the wardrobe. Own the wardrobe. Produce the wardrobe. That's one of the things. I would say have a standard with a process. Standard with a process is our purpose. And then that's the thing with all. I'm thankful to God for the opportunity to give that. When you got 16 labor unions, you got like railroad labor union. White folks say, we like what you doing. It's got to be good.
We'll let him speak we'll let him speak at Sunday morning service at church. If you don't slip up and say, God, mother.
Right. So, Nick, I know that you also have another project that you are debuting, and this is your pay-per-view network that's all African-American owned. Tell us about that.
So the thing is, my company is Us Scott Entertainment. Us Scott Entertainment, we're 30 years old. And Us Scott Entertainment stands instead of boycotting us, why don't we support us? Instead of BOYCOTT, why don't we support, why don't we Us Scott? And Us Scott. And that is also Us Scott Entertainment owning a program. We got our own grant right. But with this here, it's I produce a lot of television projects. I produce a lot of projects. But the thing is, I'm not in LA like everybody in Vegas. But the thing is, taking that same thing, Us Scott Network is a predominantly Black-owned pay-per-view subscription network. It's operates outside of the network. We have our own accounting agency that's Black-owned. We have our own advertising marketing agency that's in Atlanta that's Black-owned. We can write the commercial, produce the commercial, and sell the commercial. This is a pay-per-view subscription network. The thing is, you can watch it right now instead of Duckyard streaming. One of the guys, when we did one of the shows I exec produced, you can watch it without going on Duckyard. And I like Duckyard because I produced another show that called Sport Media, Sports Meets Comedy. I wrote it, I coded it, I produced it. We got directors, we were broadcast out of LA and New York. So what people doing now, we were doing with Sport Media a year ago. Mark is in New York, Fig is in Mark is in LA, Fig is in New York. The production office was in Atlanta. The studio was in Atlanta. We had about 6-7 people working on the show, producing the show, Sport Media and Sports Meet Comedy. I copyright the name. That's one of the shows that broadcasts on the network.
Right. So then
Big, I want to be on the show.
We wanted to get you on the show. We wanted to get you. We got comedians that come on there, came on and talk about comedy. But Us Scott Network is a pay-per-view subscription network.
Okay.
It's 100%. It's 100 like 90% owned by Black people.
By us.
By us. Us can do it.
That's the name. I was gonna buy an airline. I was gonna call it Us Air.
Us Air. That's what it is. Us can do it.
Us Air. Y'all sit down now. We finna back Black flight attendant. Y'all sit down. We finna back up.
Us. And the thing is us. And so the thing is pay-per-view subscription. We looked at it. It's about 95% complete. It looked like Netflix. You go in there, we got Black comedians that producing their moves, their film, not just comedians. We have different genre of films. In fact, one of the guys with Duck Yard Screaming that we on now, his best friend is the IT guy for us. All these people been working for me. We got people that used to work for HBO, work for the network. So what we're using right now, Barnyard Screaming, they use us on Spo Meetings to work out a lot of the kinks of Barnyard Screaming. This is one of the
StreamYard.
StreamYard. So that IT guy is our IT guy for Us Got Entertainment, Eric Duncan out of Atlanta. So it's pay-per-view, it's a subscription network. We also offer advertising where we sell and the commercial. That's one of the main things for it. It's advertising. For business to grow, you have to advertise outside of your market.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Advertising in Atlanta, you just reach Atlanta. But Black people as a whole, we don't have that ability to advertise in LA. So we had another show that came on that we have our own show we produce. It's Just Comedy with talent out of New York. I wrote the show, exec produced the show. It's Just Comedy. And the thing
I know every one of them ugly ass people on there. Look at them ugly ass people. They really think there's something up there. That is they're all my friends.
And to be able to exec produce a show and create a show and give comedians an opportunity to give my good friend talent an opportunity to say, look here, show them what you're capable of doing. And all these comedians that's come on to be a part of it. So we was going live in their home. So we brought the producer and everything from Spo Media and brought them to It's Just Comedy to produce this show. That's one of the show. And we wrote another show with Tony Wood. He does a show called The Lonely Ass Bike Club. I said, let me write some shit. Right? So we got a Lonely Bike Club. So that's one of the show we produce, and we got another hit show. All these is our projects for the network. This is us. This is
amazing, man.
It is.
And the thing is, and doing it is, and we have a Temptation hookup. That's about as raw as it gets. Temptation hookup, Def Jam raw. I can't give a. They tell me don't talk too much, but these are some of the projects that we're producing for the network. The network launched this fall. I had to take a break because I'd injured my foot. But all this is Black owned, and the thing is, I'm not huge, but it's giving people an opportunity. Giving people an opportunity, like going to talent for him and saying, Nick, thank you for the opportunity, because nobody's calling us. And the thing is, just to be able to say, okay, we got producers, we got directors, we got advertisers, and watching people like Mr. George Wallace. And just consistent and stand with it.
You better tell him it's Dr. George Wallace. You better tell him it's Dr. George.
You know, I'm from Alabama. I know the original George Wallace.
I'm from Georgia. I grew up with the nickname Governor. They call me Governor. So you Governor. From Alabama. What about Alabama you from, man?
Montgomery, Alabama.
You know they named the street. I swear to you, you know this for a fact. Didn't they write a name of street after me in Montgomery, Alabama? There's a George Wallace Boulevard. That they honored me. George Wallace Boulevard. Have you ever been on
the prostitutes still on that street. They still on that street. Liquor stores.
The hookup temptation.
Temptation hook, but it's great, man. It's great being here. Thank you, Trey, for having me.
Oh, Nick.
And I'm excited. But I do have another show, George. I got another show. I always got a pitch. Somebody say, Nick. Somebody said you're bragging too much. I said, no, it's called advertise. You know advertise. If I ain't telling nobody, who's talking about it?
I know that's right.
Put your business in the streets.
That's what I'm saying. It's called Say Uncle. Say Uncle. And we shot 2 episodes. It's about this cranky old man that sells sausages and his son that want to be a superstar. They live together. We shot 2 episodes. So you watch all this stuff where we shot this 3 years ago. So what comedians is doing now, they're doing these little mini series on Facebook. We shot this about 3 years ago. We was ahead, and people like, that don't make sense. I said, but they catching up. I ain't gonna wait for them to catch up. We just gonna do it.
That's right.
Say Uncle. But thank you. Hey, I'm putting it all out there today.
I am so proud of you.
For your mama. I had to say that to my twin daughter.
This is so nice because a lot of people don't know this, and that's what's good about it, Trey. for bringing him into the market, and this is really wonderful, and we're happy about that, man.
Oh, I'm so excited. So where can people watch these shows, Nick? Can we watch them right now? They're available?
The thing is, Us Got Network, we go live this fall. We had it up for a minute, but if you go to the network, it allows you to put your email address in so that you can subscribe to the network. That's why I tell people, why is we producing all these shows, producing all these movies, and ain't nobody watching? You produce a film, you ain't got but 25 people that don't watch it. Your mama and 15 of your cousins. Why not bring that production to the network so we can have different genres to show what we're capable as Black people in different markets across the world? So we have people that work 25 years for HBO that work to me, market and advertising people. And I'm truly thankful because I've been working up 25 months. I'm like, well, we people just quit. But you go to us.net.
Who is George?
Byron Allen, you better look out. You better
I know that's right.
On your ass. You got the Weather Network.
I know that's right.
Nick Lewis down in Charlotte, North Carolina. He is coming after your ass. He's got all these shows in the can, just like you. So look out, Byron Allen. Okay, bye. I got to go to me. I got to go. I'm sorry. I was calling Byron Allen, which is a comedian, a young comedian.
Yes.
15 years old, and he did exactly what you're doing. Isn't that amazing? And now do most Black people know how successful he is?
I don't think people do know. I don't think people know that he
don't have a Lexus.
And he's suing the Charter Network now because they discriminated against him because he was Black and wouldn't let him into the Charter Group organization. And just owning the Weather Channel is enough.
Right. That's what I was going to say. He just recently, it was just last year, purchased the whole Weather Channel. Yeah, I don't think people realize because, you would see, again, he wasn't a huge star. And then, you would see these projects that he would make, when he was interviewing people. But, they would run late at night. I think people were sleeping on Byron Allen, George. Yeah.
What happened there was he is so smart. He has about 27 projects out there, and people don't know. Judge May Blaine. He had a show called The Presidents one time. John Witherspoon was on that show. He had, of course, right now I'm on the show with him called. It's a comedian show. Say something funny.
Okay, I remember.
The colorful show comes on late at night. It's on running right now. I can't think of it, but Byron Allen, smart, very smart, and he sells those to the network.
To the networks,
he doesn't. He says, he gets the advertising. That's how smart he is. He'll sell the show to a network for $200. So the network for $200 uses it as filler space. Sometimes it's late at night, but guess what? $200 a night times 300.
Right.
Is a lot of money, ain't it?
That's right.
That's a lot of money.
Then he gets to sell the advertising spots.
Yeah.
So just the $200 a night per 300 TV shows to TV stations around America, that's $60,000. That's right, $60,000 a night just doing that. So, and that's just, I know I'm lowballing him, but he's just making money and he's doing it.
Making money.
He's very smart.
Very smart.
Funny You Should Ask. That's the name of the show. Funny You Should Ask.
Right.
That's all running right now. Like I said, he's got about, I think it's in the 20s projects out there. A lot of these judge shows you're watching, he produces that show. He's a smart guy.
Yeah. Byron Allen is.
Nick Lewis.
But Nick
Lewis is coming for him.
It's just like I want to be.
Not for him. But the thing is, like I told, I talk with my staff, and that's why I had to get used to talk with staff. I say there's no right or wrong way because nobody did what we're doing.
Exactly.
I said, thing there, why own the show? I said, that's not just produce a show to have the show. I said, why not build a network? So we built a network that operate outside of social media. You could watch this show let's say you want to watch a movie. You wanted to watch a movie. George Wallace had a movie. All they would have to do is type in Us Got Network. It would come up on their phone. They can watch it in pay-per-view. We own the products. We have people that bring in content in. We produce content.
That's awesome.
We produce a lot of content, and then we have people bring it in. Not that, but the money is the advertising.
Right.
We built and own the advertising agency that sells advertising. Not saying what we tried. We shot a movie called Slinging Bird, where chicken become illegal. I took the movie Slinging Bird and I put it on tour. That's people like, why are you putting it on tour? I said, I want to show that the movie will sell. We put the movie on tour, so advertising for people to run their advertising on the movie while we sent it to 5 different cities. So we're performing before the movies and we're selling advertising. They had advertising from Jacksonville, Atlanta, that's short in New York. The thing is, I say own it all. We own the products, we own the advertisement, we own the network. Us own it all.
Us own it. So when I go back to Las Vegas, I'm gonna have to check in with us and get some spots running on us.
Well, us can talk to you, but one day if I had to take a trip out to Vegas, Mr. Wallace, to show you what us have.
Just tell him it's Dr. Wallace. He don't listen, does it? It's Dr. Wallace. I'm gonna get you.
Dr. Wallace.
But that is so wonderful. Now, what are you guys doing about voting there in North Carolina?
What we're doing about voting? About a year ago, we produced two commercials. We went for the hood people, the ghetto, the thug, the sagging pants. We produced two. Us.
Yeah. Us did.
Us did. Us. That we got. Keep saying us produced two commercials with the sagging pants, the baby mama look like hood. They smoking black and mild. So us produced those commercials about getting out and putting out the vote. Not only that, our campaign, different campaign. We have a Black Bear in Charlotte. I helped the campaign in a couple of summers, about 3 summers. I go out and register people to vote. They said, Nick Lewis, why? I said, they see me out here doing it, and I'm in Charlotte. They'll know how important it is. And that is crazy that you got somebody that on risk giving up their life, getting bit by dogs.
That's right. That's right.
I remember my junior high teacher in Alabama showed me the bullets in her, the holes in her back where the water hose had ripped her skin. You have somebody that give this much so that you can vote, but you want to take your time and tell people not to vote.
Right.
You hadn't sacrificed nothing but a couple of lungs of air.
Right.
If you don't vote, we don't have a common ground. That's it, period.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're right.
That's my thing.
Ms. Mitchell says vote early and get there and get to the polls. She's a great listener and viewer of ours. I forgot her last name, but she's watching us.
Yeah. So Nick, listen, if people want more information about Us Network and about some of the things that you're doing, how can they contact you?
Us Scott Network. It's Us Scott Network. Us Scott Network. You could go to the my Facebook page, and you could just Google comedian Nick Lewis, and it will all send you to that page. And the thing is, a lot of times people go to blah 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 blah. People can't remember all that.
Right.
Just Google Nick Lewis. Go to my Facebook page.
All right.
I'm gonna tag George Wallace in everything I do.
Nick Lewis. Yes, that is so amazing. Good luck to you. Congratulations. I'm so excited about everything that you're doing. This is amazing. It's innovative. And always, please let me know.
It's already, our time is up already.
It's time.
Nick,
you're an incredible host, Mr. Wallace.
No, you are the host today. God bless you. You're just wonderful. Thank you, Trey. Thank you, Nick, for
George.
what you do. And I had a wonderful time today. God loves you. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Did you know Leroy Seabrooks?
Seabrook, the boxer?
No, he was a comedian there in North Carolina.
Oh, no, I knew a boxer named Seabrook, and we put him in the play one time. He can remember his line.
Because he was a boxer.
Yeah, no, not to say that. Yeah,
because Leroy Seabrooks used to go to Uncle Charlie's. What was it called? Charlie Goodnights in Charlotte.
Charlie Goodnights.
Yeah,
Charlie Goodnights.
Said he had to tell everybody. He had told the history of his family, and he told everybody about his grandfather was hung. So that was very sad.
Wow.
And then he had to tell about that his dad, his great granddaddy was hung, and even his granddaddy was hung. And he said his daddy was hung. And he said, I'm the baby of the family, and I'm hung too.
Well, that's where I thought you were going at first when he said they were hung. I was like,
Nicky said everybody up real good, and everybody in the house was going, my granddaddy was hung. My granddaddy was hung.
You talking about my cousin. You talking about my cousin, Seabrook.
Seabrook, yeah. Right, your cousin.
That's my cousin. He's my cousin, yeah.
He want to get in. He want to get on it. He hung too. It's all good. God bless us.
Wow, George, thank you so much. Nick, thank you guys so much for joining us today on Fun Day Monday. It's certainly been a fun day. Monday. All right, Nick Lewis, take care. Take care of those baby girls. George Wallace, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Love you so much. And we'll see you Thursday at 7 on Sybil Wilkes Show, right?
Thursday, 7 o'clock, Sybil Wilkes. Tune in. YouTube, FaceTime, bam, boom, Facebook. Bam.
All right. George Wallace, thank you again so much for joining us. Listen, if you have a product that that could help someone cope with COVID, please email us at copingwithtreitailor@gmail.com. If you have a service that could help someone cope with COVID, please contact us at copingwithtreitailor@gmail.com. Now, if you have a story that could help someone cope with COVID, we want you to go to the TailorMade Production page and also inbox at TailorMade Productions on Facebook. Now, tomorrow on Coping with COVID, we're going to talk with guitarist Sheldon Ferguson. He's from Columbia, South Carolina, but he's done amazing things since being in Atlanta. He's going to tell us about his story of success. And then In It Together and the Diabetes Advisory Council presents Wellness Wednesday. We're going to talk about clinical trials and while it's important for African Americans to participate. New York infectious disease specialist Dr. Alexia Gaffney joined us. Also, Mary Wilson with the University of South Carolina and pharmacist Nancy Richburg. And then Thursday, the Richland County Recreation Commission will update us about sports, teams, parks, and virtual learning spaces for kids. And then Faith Friday, with my former co-worker from Raleigh, Cy Young. All of that and more coming up this week on Coping with COVID. As Mitchell Peace Joy Jen says, we are going to read our Jesus Calling for October 5th. It says, remember that joy is not dependent on your circumstances. Some of the world's most miserable people are those whose circumstances seem the most good. People who reach the top of the ladder career-wise often are surprised to find emptiness awaiting them. True joy is a byproduct of living in my presence. Therefore, you can experience it in palaces, in prisons, anywhere you go. Do not judge a day as devoid of joy just because it contains difficulties. Instead, concentrate on staying in communication with me, Jesus says. Many of the problems that clamor for your attention will resolve themselves. Other matters you must deal with, but Jesus says, I will help you with all of them. If you make problem solving secondary to the goal of living close to me, you can find joy even in your most difficult days. That's your Jesus Calling for today, Monday, October 5th. I'm Tre Tailor. Until tomorrow, I wish you peace and abundant blessings. Please stay safe and don't forget to wear your mask over your nose and under your chin. We'll see you tomorrow.
Coping with COVID is brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Visit scdhec.gov for an updated list of testing sites and important information on how to protect yourself, your family, and friends from the coronavirus. SCDHEC, healthy people, healthy communities. Also, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Log on to columbiasc.net/OBO. Agape Counseling and Training Center. Call 803-779-2777 for licensed professionals of counselors and social workers helping families, engaged and married couples, and individuals of all ages gain an understanding of all aspects of their life. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, contact Agape Counseling and Training Center at agapects.com. And Columbia Housing Authority. The agency is looking for stories from former residents of Allen Benedict Court to retain some of the property's rich history. In its 80-year life, Allen Benedict Court has been home to some of the country's elite, including a Grammy Award-winning performer, corporate executives, national television celebrities, a host of doctors, lawyers, and NBA greats. So share your pictures, mementos, and memories at chcares@chasc.org. Coping with COVID, brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Columbia Housing Authority, Agape Counseling and Training Center, and Palmetto Media Connection.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.